Good morning. I'd like to welcome y'all back to John's Texas Workshops. We're over in the wood shop this morning. Guess we're going to start working on some Christmas presents between the grandkids and all their cousins. We need to build 7 things, but we're just going to cut them out. We're going to let the kids assemble them at Christmas. We did that last year with some bird feeders. It was a big hit. And, they're still young enough, they enjoy that. Parents can help. So we're going to make some spinning Christmas trees. It's nothing original or anything, but kind of a fun project. We're going to use the birch plywood. I know it's a tad expensive for this, but that's what I got. That's what I want to use. Anyway, we're going to start making these trees that are going to be about 2 foot tall, not quite. We're going to have 24-inch base at the start. That's what we've been cutting this plywood. We're cutting it a half-inch shorter each piece. Now I think we're at 16 and a half that we need. That was set. We're trying to, we set them out and cut them to tie where the plywood will lay that, so we'll be the most efficient in what we're doing. So let's see if we can get this cut. We've got our post stack here. We went from 1 inch down to 24. It just took off us exactly 2 sheets of 5x5 birch. So we've done some figuring. I'm thinking to cut 7 strips out of these, it would need to be set on 1 9/16. So we'll cut this piece of scrap I had left over, which is the same width as these are. See if we come out with 7 even pieces after the saw curve. So we've got our 7 pieces there, and that little tiny left. So I think that 1 9/16 is going to work. So we'll get back and we'll get all this cut and we'll do the drilling and get the base built. Okay, we are going to measure these and find the center, and then we're going to take them over there and we're going to drill a 9/16 hole through these so they'll slip over that half-inch dowel a whole lot easier. Get them all marked. Now we're going to the drill. Like I said, we got a 9/16 a Forster bit in there. We got the little dot there, and we're just going to go down there and drill the hole. Okay, now we're taking it over to our miter saw, and we're cutting a 45-degree corner off each of one of them. They're just a little piece. We're trying to make these look more like a tree limb. So we're got to cut each one of them here. And in a moment we'll be taking them over to the bandsaw and doing a little more. Okay, now we're here at the bandsaw and we're cutting a little V out of the center to make this look more like a limb.
We got to cut off 611 of these. Now we're just showing them where they're got the holes in the center, and these are the little triangles that we cut out of them. Now we're back to sanding. Now we've got our base over here at the miter saw. We're trying to cut a 22.5 degree angle on the ends of them to make them look a little nicer. Now we're back over here sanding those 22.5 degree cuts. Now we've got some old 2x8s, and we're going to draw a star pattern in these for the stars. Now we're going back to our base, and we're getting ready to assemble them. We're using glue and staples to put these together. That we are just putting a 1/2 inch hole in these, so it'll be a whole lot more sturdier. Now we've got our stars over at the bandsaw, and we're starting to cut them out. And we're continuing to cut the ends. Okay, we're back at the drill press, and we're drilling a 1/2 inch hole in the bottom of these stars to mount on top of the dowel. And we brought the stars back over to the table and using our Festool sander to get them sanded down. Now we're going to carry our stars over to the table and see if they'll fit, and start cutting them down to size. We've got our base and the dowel over there at our painting table. We're going to get them painted brown. Now we're showing just painting the edges. I used 9 different colors on the edges. We painted all the center green, and then we're using the different colors on the tips.
I think kids will have fun putting these together. I just put them together so we could get the stars at the right size, and or we could get them boxed up in a separate box each. But over here we did a spiral. Here we did just a 2 offset. This one here we did straight. And this right here looked pretty good. We just did an X and then offset the X 45 degrees and just kept going up. We have one kid, I'm going to do the upside down Christmas tree. And this one over here is just a variation of the offset. This one here we didn't do quite such a severe one. I think they'll have 7 choices, and if I know the kids, they'll come up with some different ideas anyway. It was a fun project. It took a lot of time, but it's what Christmas is about. We appreciate y'all stopping by John's Texas Workshop. Good chance you might subscribe, and leave us a comment. Hey, thank you.